Of course he did. Oh man. You know, man, they're really keeping it closer to the vest than they usually have in the past, and I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of nerve wracking, really, when you think about it, that they can they can really how do I put this? They can really mess this up. I mean, the two guys that I'm mulling over and over again are that Cliff Kingsbury could be the one. That's a pretty interesting option, or you're gonna have Jim Caldwell, but doesn't have kind of that oomph that you need. That's kind of the safe pick. And so it's hard to see, are we going to do the safe pick? Is it going to be the high pick? I can't tell. Sure. So sorry, I'm going to get it.
Sorry. Turned all the way down. Okay, yeah. Well, actually, I turned mine down. I'm still getting it. Okay. Yeah, so the safe pick would be Caldwell. The copycat pick would be Kingsbury or whatever. That copycat thing is not always going to work out the way you might think it's going to work out. So it's iffy either way it goes. Like you said, they get this wrong, it sets them back a little bit more further than they are already. So we've already interviewed. How many coaches so far now?
Interviewed probably
about 3 to 4, maybe
3 to 4.
Yeah, I know they had Adam Gase first, and then they had. Oh, they're gonna do with the shades on. What the heck? Adam Gase first, and then of course we had the 2 over the weekend. Let me ask you this though, off the bat: this job, are we having issues getting people to come to this job because it's less desirable as all the other jobs? Nobody wants to come here, or are we just like, what's the problem of why no one all of a sudden has ties to us having a coach already like they do on these other teams?
I really think that there's a
problem. There's a problem telling the job right here.
It almost kind of paints an illusion that Google is saying that this is the number one most attractive. At first I thought he was onto something because there's a lot of playmakers here. The more I think about it, there's a problem here.
Yeah, I think the problem is definitely what took place, of course, already last year. I mean, they went in and just blindly hired a guy, and then all of a sudden they look kind of foolish right now. As an organization, they look kind of foolish right now. That a lot of these coaches are going, okay, so if I come in and can't fix this thing right away, 1 year I'm gone too. So I mean, a lot of these guys are like, that's a joke over there in Arizona. Let me just go ahead and find me a real job that I know at least has some stability with, So that's kind of what it feels like, and that's rightfully so, because if you make a fool of yourself and embarrass yourself, you can't just be ready to talk again. You got to. I mean, especially too when you get to the point where you actually do hire a guy. What are you going to say? You're going to be like, we know this is the guy. You're going to say the same exact stuff you said last year. Exactly. So you got to pretty much shut up, period. Oh, Cardinals made a hire. Who was it? This guy. They're not going to have a press conference? No. He's not going to do anything? No. He's not going to do anything. He's not showing up till we play. Exactly. He ain't showing up till we ain't saying nothing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but your credibility is shot. So,
and on the same note, what are your thoughts on Bruce Arians most likely now, not just rumor now, most likely going to Tampa Bay? What does that speak to the relationship that has soured potentially in Arizona?
I don't think there's a bad relationship between those guys. I think they've always had a good relationship. I think BA may have saw the writing on the wall early.
Yeah,
I think so, because he's really smart or he really was just in really bad shape as far as his health. But when you think about it, he's always been the quarterback whisperer.
Right.
So now he's looking at, okay, I know Carson's going to retire, and I'm about to go through this thing, this web of quarterbacks. They're going to come in here and get this done. And so he didn't want to do all that. He just like, let me just get out of this thing while I can get out of it. I mean, I'm not saying that's what he did. I'm saying that's it. Kind of he may have looked ahead and go, you know what? I'm so used to having the guy already here. You know, Big Ben, Luck was there.
You're telling me Sam Bradford wasn't going to make the sale. You're telling me Sam Bradford.
Oh,
yeah, I'm out. I'm good. Peace.
I don't even think he knew that was going down before the time. But I think he knew. I think he looked at. He probably could have also looked ahead and go, "There's nobody out there."
It's true.
So I don't know, but I don't really take any of it personally at all. I mean, some people change their mind. You know,
Right.
but why it does loom the question that, okay, if you're going to come back to coaching, our job's open. Come on,
Yeah, I mean,
you know he's about to assemble a whole group together again.
Yeah, that's the hard part too, because if you want like an offensive savant like Cliff Kingsbury that everyone's saying that he's going to be, or potentially going to be, the whole hope here is that you're going to have Todd Bowles coming back.
Right.
And now with BA as the coach, now forget it, he's going with BA.
Exactly.
That's almost a foregone conclusion.
You can go ahead and book that. The only thing he got to come down with is the rest of the crew, because I'm pretty sure all the older guys are gone, right? Like Tom Moore and did they?
Yeah, pretty sure Tom Moore's done. I think he hung it up.
Sitting in the wings somewhere. He gonna be down them up again.
Well, special teams advocate Amos Jones is somewhere still around on a team, I believe, too.
He needs to leave that alone. He needs to leave that alone. Get that job.
He needs to go to PR instead.
The thing about this that I've been hearing a little bit about with BA is how intrigued he is with Jameis Winston.
That is a little interesting. Yeah.
You would think that he would start pushing a little bit more for that Cleveland job, like he is. He said either Cleveland or Tampa Bay, but now it's like, hey, I love Jameis Winston. Like, for what? I mean, I know when he looks good, he looks good, but then when he looks bad, he just looks horrible.
Looks really bad.
I guess he's saying he can fix Jameis Winston. I guess that's probably what he alluded to.
Well, yeah, they've had a relationship for years, so I think it could be a good match there, as long as Jameis can keep himself out of trouble.
Yeah, that's going to be the key. Can he stay out of trouble? And Bruce Arians needs that leader at quarterback. He had Carson, he had Big Ben, he had Peyton, he had guys that can actually lead.
Right.
Jameis plays the part of a leader. You know, he fakes it really good. He plays the part of those giant eyes get open, and he thinks that's what scares somebody into doing what he's saying. But,
man,
you got to do it on the field and off the field and lead by example. And he's having an issue with that. So maybe BA can come in and fix all of that. But like I said before, I don't have an issue with him coming back to coach. You get
I don't either. I like the folks fun.
That needs to be scratched. You're not quite done, and now your health may be a little bit better, and you didn't do it quite as good as you thought you would do in the booth. And here you are. You know, hey.
Well, here's this too. The Cardinals might have shot themselves in the foot. Maybe he would have came back had we not had Mike Glennon on the roster. So he went to Tampa Bay when Mike Glennon left. There's no way this guy's going to be here.
Exactly. I don't know.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, I know. But the coaching search continues. So at this point, there's no front runner. But the Kingsbury coming out of the ranks of the college ranks now. Apparently, of course, it looks like he may have been given permission to go ahead or not given permission. He probably resigned, and now he's going to go ahead and try to get in the NFL.
Yep. One of the two.
Yeah, one of the two. But if you're him, and you see these two jobs, Jets, Cards, I mean, just by looking at roster, looking at from top to bottom organization, everything, which one do you run to?
the more I think about it, the harder this decision gets. I mean, if you ask me at the end of the season, like right at the end of the Cardinals season, the Cardinals, we've got the better built roster, we've got what seems to be a competent front office, maybe one that was a slight drinking problem, but we have a competent front office, and the Jets have always been a mess, right? So the Cardinals are coming off of more quicker recent success than the Jets have been, and you would think that that's the leading team, but now it's hard to tell.
Right. It is. I guess when you look at the whole thing, you have to start gauging it from the two rookie quarterbacks. You have to start there. You have to start there and go, okay, who has the most potential to actually be that next guy or that next star? And I mean, I really didn't have enough. So early, I didn't have enough to go on with Rosen because he just did not have enough around him to even give us enough to put on tape to say he's going to be this or that or whatever. Right. And so it's kind of unfair for both of those guys, actually, because Darnold kind of struggled a little bit too, but he had a little bit more to work with than what Rosen did. But
Darnold went in and out, and wasn't playing once he started. Yeah.
So let's flip the script here a little bit also and talk about what we put some articles up on Kazual and 2 articles went up there, and both of those articles almost alluded to why the heck is Steve Keim still here, or why didn't he not get any consideration to be let go as well as a whole, as a group? If you're starting all over, well, if you mess up a cake and put in the wrong ingredients and you say I'm starting over, you don't leave some of it in the dang bottom of the pan. You dump the whole thing and start over. But we left a little bit of residue on the bottom, and Keim is still here. So
time grind. I gotta point it now.
So, but yeah, when you paint the picture, though, the organization says, "Okay, Steve Keim, here's X amount of dollars. Go shop, get us what we need, get over the top to get us what we need to get over the top." And you go out and you shop. And you run into the dang grocery store and you grab the first shiny looking thing you see without turning it over and seeing the rot holes and the worm holes and all those things. And that's kind of how his evaluations have gone when it comes to the first round pick. And so if he's the one shopping for the groceries and you expect Steve Wilkes as the cook to put this fresh new meal together with rotten food, it's kind of unfair that he didn't get any type of,
I got your analogy for you because I thought you were just trying to softball me one here. It's like Guy Fieri bringing hot dogs over to Gordon Ramsay. It's just never going to work. What is this crap? It's not going to be good. That's exactly what you're saying. And unfortunately, this is the cards we're dealt. We've got the first pick in the draft, and we have to do something with it. And I can only hope that Keim, being savvy at deals, maybe getting a loan for that deal. Right. And maybe not having to worry about taking that pick and using that pick other than trade bait.
So let's look at it this way, too. If you've shopped for 6 years and you keep bringing back these bags of crap, now I got paid a little bit more. I'm going to hand you more money. I got more cap space. And now I'm going to hand you that. And I'm going to give you one of our assets, too. We got this #1 pick. And not to mention, you're sitting outside the store at 6 a.m. in the morning. You first in line. You first in line. And as a matter of fact, you open up the door, you first down aisle 1, down 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to 7 aisles. You first. That is some pressure, man, for a dude that's got a lot of pressure on him. So, man, I don't know. I'm hoping he can get it right, but I don't know, man. It's just scary. It's scary.
It's very scary. I mean, you're leaving your whole your outlook, your outlook of your team in the hands of a guy that has whiffed on an entire position, an entire position room with the offensive line, and has whiffed on a couple. We're supposed to be sure shot defensive picks with Robert Kenichi and. We had the John Brown incident, but that was a little different. But
Jonathan Cooper, you can go back.
John Cooper.
He keeps getting on the offensive line, and he thinks they're going to be good.
Burnett can be in that.
And then the fans keep hearing that we are excited about who we got. We're excited about who we picked. We're excited about this guy. We're excited about. Man, where's your eye test? Where's your evaluation of the talent? Stop picking people and then say we think we can make him do this. You know how they do all the time? They pick a guy, a linebacker. Let's move him to, safety, or a safety. Let's move him inside linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes
can only work so much.
Right. The talent decreases. I mean, that person was looked at in the college ranks where he, made his name. If Deion Buchanan made his name at safety, big, hard-hitting safety, well, he's not going to play to another position as good as he plays safety. And I think we just had that issue started from the beginning. But before we go to our first break here, let's give our condolences and I'm really saddened to hear what happened to Carly last yesterday, man. It just came down out of nowhere, man. Just shocked the world. At first, I thought it was one of those fake news, those fake news feeds. And I started looking around. I'm like, is this actually? Then I see Gambo tweeting it out. I see Arizona Sportz Show. Oh, this thing really went down. I'm like, 49 years old, man. I was so sad about that because I just got through a month ago texting with this dude. And I was just standing there next to him at Patrick Peterson's golf tournament, chopping it up with him. Funny dude. I mean, cool, down to earth dude.
Great person.
And I'm like, wow, and just gone. So,
got you,
and all the prayers and stuff go out to his family, and I know it's a hard time for them. And Bird Gang, thank you. I know, I'm pretty sure his family thanks us all for all the condolences we're putting out there as well. So, but we are going to take our first break here, and when we get back, we're going to go talk a little bit about what we think the Cardinals are going to do with the number 1 pick. And a lot of speculation going down. So hang around, Bird Gang. We'll be right back.
Earl.
Yeah, welcome back to the show. That's my boys down in Frontline Music Militia sent us a drop for the show. Appreciate that, Chris. Okay, I don't want to spend a lot of time on I'm seeing some mock drafts jump out there, and I'm seeing Nick Bosa all over every dang draft. Nick Bosa.
A lot of Nick Bosa.
Yeah, or trade to take to the most desperate quarterback needing team. And that probably seems like the more likely thing to do. But I don't like to spend a whole lot of time on mock drafts because we know how that is right now. So, but let's jump.
Shooting arrow.
Exactly, pretty much. NFL playoffs went down over the weekend, man. And what are your takeaways from the NFL playoffs? Because I'm going to tell you right now, honestly, I don't know how it happened or how it ended up going this way. I didn't watch not one of those games.
It was hard to watch. It was a weird weekend, man. Had a lot to do.
Hard to watch. I heard they were pretty good games, and now coming back, looking at a few highlights here and there and a few plays here and there, I see, they were pretty good matchups. It's just that,
Yeah.
I saw other things to do, and I mean, I had a lot going on. So
Right.
But I told everybody when we were doing neutral zone, and I said, watch out for those first-year quarterbacks, the ones that are in the playoffs for the first time, how the pressure of a game, they're going to be the ones to either make or break you winning that game. And so all the young guys are kind of falling off. Jackson's gone now. Who else? All the young guys.
Trubisky.
Watson, Trubisky. And it's like, okay, and I'm going to tell y'all hearing it right here for the first time. Mahomes is going to follow them. Don't think that the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl, because they're not. I'm telling you, they don't have a defense that can stop their nose from running. So I'm telling you, and in the playoffs, you better have some type of resistance to put up, because those plays that they've been getting all through the year, that freelancing type stuff they've been doing all year, is not going to pop off in this playoffs. It may go down for one round, but when you get to that next round where it's NFC Championship game, and you're battling, let's say a Chargers defense, somebody that can put up a fight, or you're just battling the mystique of New England Patriots, period. The luck of all the luck stuff they get and all the breaks they get. But at some point, the pressure's going to hit this Mahomes kid. Let's see if he can, get over that thing that happens to all young quarterbacks for their first time in the playoffs. If he does that, then, hey, this mouth... I've been around a long time, and I've seen a lot of football games. I've seen a lot of good teams in the regular season, and everybody knows that Kansas City is the main team that does this in the playoffs. Andy Reid-led team in the playoffs just don't mix. When they get to, they ride you out through the regular season looking good.
That's true. You're right.
Somehow Andy just flips into, this is playoff. I got to get conservative because I don't want us to lose. And the next thing you know, they lose the game. So if they
Right.
But
we got similar issues with the Chargers
too,
though.
Yeah,
they always seem to have trouble in the
playoffs. But the Chargers usually win the first round, and then they have trouble in the second round. So that's probably where they're going next week anyway. The same nemesis is coming back to do the same thing to them again.
Right.
Although I don't think New England is the same team, but I still think them being at home, they haven't lost at home all year. So something about playing in Foxborough and something about just the Patriots, period. So I guess it's a level of intimidation once you walk in the building to start. But yeah, Michelangelo just got through saying here that Trubisky played a pretty good game. And I looked on tape, man, and you're right. He and Nick Foles threw some nice balls in some tight windows, and they were performing out there for some young quarterback as far as Trubisky.
Bears got outscored by their own kicker. I mean, come on. You look good.
You know what though? They made a big. Why did they get rid of Robbie Gould? Why did they get rid of him? It ain't like he was that bad.
No answer for that.
As a matter of fact, when they let him go, he was the highest paid kicker out there that he was going to be costing too much money to get. So that tells you right there he was not a bad kicker. It was just they were trying to clean house on their dang old salary. But I bet you wish you had him now. Man. But that's a bad way to lose a playoff game, man. Your first one like that, where it's in the hand or on the foot of a kicker, man. But going down to let's talk a little bit about Baltimore, the Ravens. Going forward or in that game, do you think that Harbaugh should have pulled Lamar Jackson and put Flacco in there?
What do you accomplish? You've already told Flacco that he's not what you want anymore. What do you accomplish by putting him back in?
Right.
I mean, you get into the playoffs because of Jackson's play in the regular season. You need this experience. If you're going to go with them, go with them.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
Right. I agree with that too. I don't think you change right there on playoff time. You start changing up. That's crazy. I mean, and I don't think Flacco was going to be that much of a difference anyway. Although, the Chargers defense for some reason was just on point. The Ravens defense was okay too, but I kind of figured going into that game that they would be playing from behind because Phillip knows how to move the ball on any defense. Somehow, some way, he just finds a way. Hey, we're gonna get this ball down the field. They find ways to move the ball. So I like them going forward though. The Chargers. I don't know why. I just got this sense that this is their year to at least get there. I ain't gonna say they're gonna win the whole thing, but to get there, they'll get there.
Could be.
Because this is right. And this is gonna be the team. This is gonna be the team that takes Kansas City down in Kansas City. I guarantee it. But also, did you hear about the taxi drive or the Uber drive?
Oh, yeah.
Melvin Gordon. Yeah, that was pretty cool. He was talking, man, that Charger running back's pretty good. That dude was like, he gets out. Yeah. That dude was like, you don't think the Charger's going to be able to get it? He's like, oh, hell no, that ain't me. Oh man! He turned around and asked him, and then he turned around and get him autograph and pictures and stuff. I'd have been like, "Man, you said we suck. I ain't gonna give you nothing." He played cool. Yeah, he did. It was pretty cool gesture at the end and all of that. But all right, so going forward to next week's matchup, we have all of the teams that are on the bye are coming off the bye, and the teams that are coming in hot, playing, lathered up. Who do you see in the next week's games upset or falling off? Because they're all good games. They're all good games. I mean, and there are a few teams that have some pretty good defense. The Cowboys' defense is to be reckoned with. I mean, I'm sorry to say. Yeah, I'm sorry to say. We gotta put that in there. They know how to put together a good defensive game against the Saints. So can they do it?
I'll go win that game. To put up 21 points to 7 against the Texans. Chiefs might lose here to the Colts.
Good point.
I mean, that's the one game all the games you look at is like, no, it could be the game that goes that way.
Good point. It's going to come down to experience. I think so. You could be right. Yeah. It's going to come down to experience because Kansas City's going to come into the game thinking that they're just going to be the same team that just blow people out.
Right.
That pressure starts to mount during a game. And then the other team starts to make plays. And the other team starts to hit you in the mouth. The other team starts to take away some of the stuff that you like to do. Then now you don't know. You're scrambling trying to figure it out. And then you get one or two big plays. And then you're thinking, okay, here we go. But then that crucial turnover from that young quarterback is, I'm telling you, man, that game is like writing on the wall. I'm telling you, you could be right. It could be the Colts game. You could be right. But I like all the matchups though, so I'm gonna go with my picks. I think Kansas City will get by the Colts.
Okay.
But hey, anything can happen. I think who's the next matchup in the AFC? The Patriots or the Chargers. I think the Chargers will find a way to win that game too. I don't know why.
It'll be monumental.
It would be because there are three teams when this whole thing started that I'm saying, please get them out. Please get them out. The first one was Seattle, and the next one was Baltimore. And I got to have New England out this week. They can't go any further, please.
It's really difficult.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good team every time.
Exactly. That's just who they are. But their talent is a little bit, diminished. Brady doesn't look as dominant, but he still gets the job done. Gronk looks like an old man trying to play back in his old days, trying to come back.
He's having a hard time.
He's having a rough go at it, and so. But they just have this. I don't know what it is about this team, man. But let's just hope that I was about to say it, San Diego. Let's just hope LA shows up and plays a good game in this one. All right, we're going to take a quick break again here. We're going to get back and talk some struggling Phoenix Suns. And somebody could be getting to the All-Star game, but Will they be available for it? Man, stick around. You listen to the Kazual Sportz Show right here on KSRN, your Kazual Sports Radio Network. We'll be right back.
My phone might die, just a heads up.
What's that?
My phone might die.
Oh, okay.
Earl,
What's up?
I'm gonna end this one with another one on my iPad.
Okay.
I'm here. Had to put up a new Facebook video for you. She destroyed me. Oh, come on. Just take the L. Yep. No, they play tomorrow against Sacramento. Yeah, they've had a pretty good stretch of some good teams. I know OKC was in there. They had a couple games like that, but they've been playing harder. I don't know if it passes the eye test a little bit. Obviously, the stats and everything aren't pulling in the way they should, and I know that sounds kind of ridiculous when you think of it that way, but they're playing better, and I can take that away as a positive sign. But right. Yeah, and Philadelphia was one of those games. They ended up losing by 5, but they were down by like some crazy number, like 20 something. Yeah. You know, there was Jay was talking about this a little bit when we posted the article about the loss of the Sixers, and there's just this fire that is missing from DeAndre Ayton that I don't know you can learn. It seems like something that is bred, and unfortunately, he's just not the type of player. And not to just bash on him, Jay's point was that he's more of a finesse player than he is a physicality type player, and I really can take it something from that. And when you compare him to Embiid, they have two different playing styles. They may look like they have the same body types and all that, but they have two different styles. And I still take heed in the fact that he's a double-double machine, and the Suns are going to end up with the top 3 pick, and they're going to get another guy that could be that destroying kind of go at you type, where he'll complement Booker a whole lot better.
I know everybody's hoping who that guy's going to be. We already know who that guy they want it to be. Everybody wants it to be. But I think this team is right. I mean, like right there, just right there.
They're close, man.
Be a playoff team right away, but right there to at least be a winning team. Sub 500 hanging around somewhere around
competitive.
Yeah, competitive. Where they will not just be a bookend win for every team that sees them on the schedule. You know.
Right.
And so their schedule wasn't it that we had one of the toughest schedules in the NBA this year? Why was that?
I'd like to pick on us.
I don't know.
Okay, how can we have one of the toughest schedules in the league and we haven't won anything? But
it's one of those. I think it's just the back-to-backs that we had. A lot of them are really rough. Going back to get back-to-back against a lot of playoff teams and.
There's a lot of good teams in the West.
There's always has been a lot of good teams in the West. And now there's a couple good teams in our own division now, and it's just
it gets harder.
The more you try and do this thing, and your team's not being built
as quickly as some of these other teams are when superstars just want to show up and join your team. So it's a rough go, but these Suns are. I think they're finally hitting their stride. I think they're growing. I think it's definitely a positive thing. I know the losses are still coming in bunches, which is discouraging, but. We have to find something to be positive about, or else we're just going to cry over no Goldschmidt on the Diamondbacks, no Suns wins, and the Cardinals can't win either. So you got to find some positive somewhere.
Okay, one other thing that we continue to have an issue with. You talked about guards and the other guards and other teams. Devin Booker has been is the 9th overall guard. In the voting right now, so far in the All-Star voting. So, where do you think, or how do you think that ends up going? With the fact knowing that he can't stay on the court, that's what's concerning to me. He can't stay on the court. Is he like fragile?
It's a little early to say fragile. It's a little early to put that on him, but. The case can be made.
Yeah.
It's every couple games there's something. There's a lingering hamstring. There's the hand. There's the ankle. There's all these things that can linger. Now I know he's taking on way more than anyone else is on this team.
Mm-hmm. We know
that. But you gotta somehow you gotta fight through that stuff. I mean, Kobe was able to do it his whole career.
Right.
So there has to be this balance, and I think next offseason, that's really going to be Booker's main focus. I think he's going to be finally getting into like the right eating, the right training, all the right rehab. Yeah.
And so I hope he makes the
All-Star roster. It's going to be close. There's a lot of good guards in the West.
As always.
Yes.
So who's he going to jump?
Oh man, who's in front of him right now? Let me pull it up.
Yeah. I mean, it just seems like it seems like they're giving like a consolation.
Okay.
We'll get close, so we're not gonna let you actually jump in this thing.
It makes me mad
seeing Lonzo Ball ahead of Devin Booker.
Are you kidding me?
By like
60,000 votes.
Are you kidding me?
Because I can make a case for Steph Curry. I can make a case for Derrick Rose.
Comeback player of the year easily. James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Klay Thompson, Damian Lillard, DeMar DeRozan because he's on the Spurs. And then Lonzo Ball.
No.
I don't see Lonzo Ball. He's even passing Chris Paul.
Well, Chris Paul can't stay on the dang court either.
Right.
But, Lonzo, no. That's more of a name type thing he's getting in there with, or height.
You can think he's bad for that one.
And he happens to have the best player on his team type thing.
Right.
So I don't know. So we got my man on the line here, Nathan, that kid Harvey, the winner of our fantasy football league. What's going on, Nathan? How you doing, man? Watching what game? Oh, man. So I told you I haven't been in touch with a whole lot of things. I've been really busy. What's the score on that game so far right now? They still have 16?
I told you.
You gave me last time, son?
31.
Wow. Oh, they finally going to get beat, I guess. Huh?
Could be the time.
So this could mean something. The Patriots could be going down, too. Let's hope for this every time.
Down goes the great.
Oh, man. Excuse me. How does it feel, man, for you to actually come out of this thing on top, man?
I felt surprised when I looked at my comment. Coming back home, I'm like, oh, jeez. I was like, so surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised too. Just not your surprise. I had a rough go that morning. When I'm sitting in there, I don't think my eyes got taken away from the screen on my phone. I kept watching every point, everything that went down. My team looked unbeatable. When you go in, when you start the whole thing, you look at the whole thing, it looked unbeatable. When you see my lineup, you go, oh man, there's no way I can win this game. And then when you got up, tell me what your thoughts were when you saw Alvin Kamara on the IR or inactive.
I got up, forgetting the Sunday, and was getting
What? And you still won? Oh, that makes me feel even worse.
Yeah, you got buried, man.
Oh. Wow. That's awesome, though, man. But I got to give you props, though. Like I told Sean today, I said, we got to do the bow down thing. We got to go ahead and do some groundling.
That freaking kid.
Give it to you. You did a hell of a job this year in the Fantasy Football League. So, and you just happened to get, I don't want to make no excuses, though, but you just happened to get a pretty good matchup thing going in that last week in that championship game against me, man. Oh my God! I'm gonna tell you where you beat me at. I'm gonna tell you exactly where you beat me at. You beat me on 2 players in the last 5 minutes of each of those games at the same time. Can you believe that? I was watching DirecTV. I had all the games up, and I'm looking at them 2 games. And at the same time, Josh Allen takes that long. Josh takes that long run down the field and scores at the same time. Winston's hitting Evans at the exact same time. And then it comes back on the next drive. They both Allen throws a touchdown, and then about a minute later, Evans scores again. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is at the end of the game. It was at the end of the game, so I was like, oh, that's it. I said, I'm done. That just jumped to 30 points. I said, that jumped to 30 points on me. I'm like, oh, there's no way I'm going to catch it now. So, but that was good, man. Your team was caught a good matchups. Some good matchups. So, all right. So, the last when we talk about fantasy football, what did you look back on as the marker of the season that led you to say, this is where I won this thing at? What move did you make, or what event took place on the field, a matchup, or something that took place that said that just leaned it my way? Because you had 2, 3 of the top guys that you had to play against to get the championship. Are you there? Did we lose him? Did we lose Nathan? He must be on the cell phone.
Maybe.
Oh, man, we lost. Oh, yeah, here we go. Sorry about that, man. I guess we lost you on that. Nah, you cool. I was just asking a question. When you look back on the season, where do you see that you made one good move or a couple of things went your way or a matchup on the field? Where do you see that it turned around when you knew you was going to get this win? That's true. Yeah. Right. That was awesome. Yeah, that was awesome. And nobody else wanted it. Right. It also helped him that he played against a team that quit. Freaking Dolphins. Oh man. Oh yeah, exactly. Okay. They were scoring. They were scoring against me down the stretch too. Yeah, they were. So you did everything right, man, and it just happened to be like the matchups just kind of hit perfectly. I mean, like I said, it's not no excuse. You won it flat out, straight up. But on my side of things, the way my lineup looked, I thought for sure I got this thing. I had Ryan. I had Connor. I had Sony Michel, Joe Mixon, DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, all this talent, and nobody did nothing. It's like, what the heck happened? I tell you where I went wrong. Tyler Boyd going down and Connor going down kind of screwed me. So, yeah. I never started him, and he had 25 points. Exactly. And then it didn't help me that the Patriots shut down Robbie Anderson. I don't know why I did not think that Bill Belichick was going to take something away. I just didn't think it would be the wide receiver. And he took away Robbie Anderson. He didn't do jack the game, so it was over with after that. So, but congratulations, man. You did a heck of a job this year, man. And so now the next question is going to be, what you going to do with the spendings? Spoken like a true kid.
He's going to spend it on Fortnite credit.
What'd you say?
He's going to spend it on Fortnite credit.
Fortnite credits. Nah, that's not him, though. That's not him, dude. He's not that type.
I know. I'm just playing with him.
On other stuff, like this type of stuff.
I'm just playing.
13-year-old, in case y'all didn't see the post go out on Facebook, and they're all the... I had to go ahead and give it up on all of the social media fronts. Yeah, I lost. I didn't just lose. I lost to Nathan, that kid, Harvey, 13-year-old fantasy football expert. We got to give him your expert tag now because you won the thing, man.
It's true.
Congrats again, man. I appreciate you calling in. And give me your thoughts on who you think going to be in the Super Bowl real quick. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah? Okay. Yeah, because nobody can beat them in that dome, so they say. Right. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, Nick Foles is shaping into Nick Foles of last year, so you never know what could happen. But that is the winner of our fantasy football league this season, Nathan, that kid, Harvey. Congratulations again, man. We'll see you next year. You get a whole year to keep the trophy because we're coming back for it next time. So you're listening to the Kazual Sportz Show. We got a few minutes left here, Sean. You got anything you want to get into before we get out of here?
Definitely not fantasy football. We can already tell that's on my bag.
found those days.
No,
man.
I had like three of my starters that was injuries on week 1, basically. I was done before I even started.
It was bad news.
But the pick'em, hey, I came back to second place. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, you came back
the last second.
You took second?
By 10 points.
Nobody knows that.
I knew that.
I was checking. I may have been sick, but I was checking.
On Friday night, Jay and I did a show for the first Friday, and we already crowned Ed and said that you was third and Jay was second, and I didn't have a good day month at all, man. I ended up last in the day pick 'em, and I get beat in the championship for fantasy football, so it was not good for me. But next week, game, we're going to go and we're going to be talking about, of course, the football games that are going down. Hopefully by that time, the Cardinals will have a coach in place.
Maybe,
exactly. And once they get the coach, then a lot of other moves are going to be starting to be talked about. Like, the first thing is going to be, will that new coach want to keep Larry Fitzgerald on the team? We don't know that. That's not a guarantee.
Or will he like
that coach?
You know what? Exactly. After all the games were over in week 17, I saw something really weird at the bottom of the screen. I don't know if it was my eyes, but I read it 3 times. I was like, are they serious? It said at the bottom that Green Bay wanted permission to the Cardinals to go talk to Larry Fitzgerald. And I read it again. I said, Green Bay? Why would they want to do that? They don't even have a coach in place. What are they talking about? And then I read it again. Green Bay wants permission to go talk to Larry. And I didn't hear anybody else talking about it after that. So I figured it was just somebody throwing up some crap, trying to get some information out there. They're trying to make themselves look good or something. I don't know.
That's interesting.
That doesn't make any sense at all. First of all, have a coach in place. First of all,
he's going to be the
coach.
You know.
They want Larry to be the coach,
and then he'll just beat up the Vikings
in their own division. That'd be hilarious.
Well, so we got next week's matchups, some pretty good matchups, and the NFC and AFC championship games will be set. And I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed that the Patriots are not in this deal. If you thought I didn't watch these playoff games this week, if the Patriots continue to keep going on this whole playoff,
they're going to give up. Oh man.
But thank you, Bird Game, for joining us and watching listening to the Kazual Sportz Show right here on KSRN. And you got to excuse me for my coughing. My voice sounds like crap right now.
Anybody got time for that?
Anybody got time for that? I've been going through this thing cold for the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and it's just been brutal. But thanks again for coming in, Bird Gang, and we will catch you next week. And like we always like to say about this time,
we gone.
Peace.